Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. This is going to be for Virgo, and this is a timeless reading, so it doesn't matter when I upload this video. It only matters when you choose to watch it. Now, because this is a timeless reading, some things you may not connect with or you may not relate to, and that's okay. But if you find yourself connecting to or relating with any parts of this message today, then that means it's meant for you. All right. Now, I asked your loved ones, what does Virgo need to know right now? And they gave me these three cards. You have the World in reverse, the Two of Swords, and the Magician. And at the top of my deck, you have the Three of Cups in reverse. So let me go ahead and put this, the Three of Cups in reverse. If it's at the top for me when I do a reading, this may be your common theme for today's reading, but we'll see as the reading goes on. I'll put that up here. You may already have some clarifiers for this Three of Cups in reverse. Right here, you have the King of Wands. I'll place it here. The Death here. And the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So let's put that there for your common theme of the message. But we'll go ahead and start off with the first three that they gave me. I'll go ahead and move these to the side. So it looks like, Virgo, you may be having to make a difficult choice. And it looks like it's between these two options. On one hand, with the World in reverse, you may be debating whether to end some type of phase in your life or some type of situation or relationship. You may be going through lifestyle changes, or, maybe you're moving, or maybe you're wanting to give up certain habits or behaviors. Maybe you're going through a self-transformation journey and you want to get rid of the old you or your old life. Or for some of y'all, it could be dreams or certain goals that you have that you no longer want to keep pursuing, right? So on one hand, it's the closing of a chapter in your life. It's the closing of a door. It's giving up on something or letting go of something that you no longer want to do or to work on. And over here you have with the Magician, which is just the option of to keep working, keep manifesting what it is that you were currently working on or planning on working on. It's just you keep going or to let it go. And before I address the common theme up here, let's go ahead and pull more cards to explain these two options. So we're going to start with the World. So I'm going to pull three cards. And for the Magician, three more cards. All right, let me get it organized. All right, so starting on the World side, let me go ahead and flip these. All right, can you all see these? Nope, that one's off camera, so let me move it over a little. It's just barely fitting on camera, but we'll keep it as it is. So again, starting with the World in reverse, you have the Lovers in reverse, the Emperor, and the Four of Wands to explain this option. So it looks like there's something that you don't want to do, but because you feel obligated to do it, you're still going to go through with it. Or this option is, okay, it's not something I really want. It's not something that really aligns with my inner self. It doesn't really align with what I want or need anymore, or what I value or what I believe in. But because of my loyalty or because of my commitment to a certain goal or to a certain obligation or to a certain relationship, I'm going to go ahead and go through with it. There's something about you wanting to fulfill a certain, either it's a social gathering, right? Everyone is coming together in a union, they're coming together. Or there's something about maybe a celebration that is about to happen for you, maybe a wedding, maybe a party. Maybe you're the one that is responsible for financing this get together or this celebration, or maybe you're the one planning everything. And so even though you no longer want to fulfill that duty, you still feel like, okay, if I don't do it, then the whole party is off, or the whole wedding is off. Other people will be disappointed in me, and it's going to be a whole mess. It's almost like the show must go on. So it could be, if it's dealing with your career, it could be some big project that you're responsible for at work, or even your whole company. Perhaps that if you decide to quit, or you decide to leave or relocate, things may crumble without your guidance, or without your power, or again, your financing. But also, given the Emperor card, and you could be man or woman, but if you are a parent, you could be the one responsible for giving your blessing to your children or another family member. If other family members look up to you and they seek your approval or acceptance, you could be the one that has to give your approval or acceptance on someone else's relationship. So if someone in your life is getting engaged, then they come to you and they go, hey, Virgo, I'm getting engaged, or I love this person. What do you think? And you, as the responsible one, you as the person that they look up to, you as the person that people respect, their happiness matters to you. I do see, because the world is in reverse, either you say no because you care, and that will disappoint everyone involved, or you say yes, and that means you have to live with that disappointment or regret for allowing that other person to be with someone that you don't really approve of. But if that is not the case for you, I just see it as you have some type of authority. You have some type of reputation. You have other people who look up to you or seek you for guidance. And you have a say-so for what is going to happen next. At this gathering or reunion or celebration, you have the power to say yes or no, or I approve, or no, I don't want to, or I reject that offer, or I don't give my blessing. Okay, anything else for this option number 1? Let me go ahead and pull 3 more cards for you down below. 3 more cards for option number 1. What can you tell me? Okay, I also see too, if you are no longer wanting to be in a relationship, I could see you feeling like you're so tied to your dedication or your loyalty or who you are as a person, your morals of what's right and wrong, that you may feel like you have to go along with a certain relationship in order to fulfill or to make yourself feel okay because of your morals or because of your sense of duty for some of y'all. Now below here you have this, if y'all can see, you have the 6 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Let me go ahead and pick it up because my lamp, I don't have the greatest of lamp right now. One of my lights broke, but we're gonna make it work. So you have 2 groups of people, and I believe, Virgo, this is you. And you have, on one side, you have people coming to visit you. And the people on this card, they're celebrating something good that has happened. Or they're wanting to celebrate something that will happen. So everyone's in a good mood, right? And they're wanting to share that happiness with you. And I love this imagery. Let me put this down. I love the imagery. So you have 6 people with wands coming into town and coming to visit you. And here the 6 wands are below. And you're up top saying, get back. I don't want you here. This isn't a celebration for me. So please back away. Give me some space. And with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, you don't see this celebration as something happy or something to be celebrated. This is not something you want to begin. You don't even want to acknowledge it or bring yourself into the situation. So it looks like you're absolutely against it. So now I can see why, on one hand, why you want to end one phase of your life is because it's not something you really connect with, right? We saw that in the Lovers in reverse. It just doesn't align with who you are or what you believe in. It doesn't align with values. It doesn't align with what you desire or what can satisfy you. So you absolutely want to tell people no. Now, on this hand with the Magician, you have the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So what you could be manifesting, given the Ace of Swords, it looks like you want to, let me pick this back up. If you were the Knight of Wands, right, and you could be man or woman, but again with the imagery of you, a single person with a wand, again, single person with a wand, on one hand with the manifesting or putting in some type of action on working on a missed opportunity that you had recently. And if you see with the Three of Pentacles, I'll put it upright. So this is a group of people who work together. They're a team. They have like-minded ideals. This could represent relationships or community, friendships, lovers. But these people are behind you, or at least you have the option to put them behind you so that you can work on this missed opportunity. You see that your eyes are focused here on this missed opportunity while you put your relationships in the past. So let's take a closer look at that. Let me put these down. I'm going to draw 3 more cards to clarify. 3 more. All right. I'll just pick them up. You have the King of Wands in reverse, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups in reverse. You like that symmetry? You have the Page of Pentacles here, and then on the other hand, you have the Page of Cups over here, also in reverse. So it looks like a couple of things. You could have had an option in the past to work on a certain relationship and it fell through. Or you had an opportunity to progress some type of goal you had for your career. So maybe you missed out on a job opportunity for whatever reason, and something just fell through. And it could have been due to a lack of passion, a lack of motivation on your part. It could have been, the right person, wrong timing. It could be maybe you just needed to grow up more, or the other person needed to grow up more, or you just had to do some more maturing intellectually, emotionally. There was just some things you had to learn, some things you had to experience, and now you're more wiser, you're more mature, and you're ready to start again. And I like this imagery here. Because you're represented by the Knight of Wands, your focus is on this King of Wands. So you're focused on what you could be or what you feel like you should be, but you're not, all right? So this represents the other option for you to let go some phase in your life or some relationship or some lifestyle, and over here to work on something new or to work on something that you feel drawn to. And up here, now we can take a look at the common theme. So you had, again, the Three of Cups in reverse, the King of Pentacles, Death, and the Two of Pentacles. The common theme for you would just for you to realign your focus, or the desire to shift your focus onto what you truly want or on what you truly need, or both, in order for you to progress. And you, as if you were represented by the King of Pentacles, you are also represented by the Emperor. So you're someone, again, with some type of power, some type of authority, some type of influence. And you may be going through some type of self-transformation or some type of life changes that involves you here in the Two of Pentacles. You see the man juggling everything. This could represent responsibilities. It could represent relationships. It could represent your obligations, your day-to-day tasks. It could represent your desires, right? What you want, what you need, what should you prioritize? Constant juggling. Even though this person is a good juggler, it looks like for you, Virgo, what you will be going through is figuring out what can you let go of on this transformation of yourself. So a realigning of what you want, what you need, what should you prioritize, what can make you happy. So let's see what else your loved ones want to tell you. So I'm going to clear my table. Let me go ahead and put back your common theme card so that y'all can see, but it was in reverse. So let me put this back up here to help us remember what it is, the overall message here. So let me pull 3 more cards to see what your loved ones have to say to you. All right, you have the 5 of Wands in reverse, the 8 of Swords in reverse, and the 10 of Wands in reverse. So your loved ones are saying, whatever you choose to do it without any hesitation. So you have to make certain that you are confident in what you decide to do. So there's no, acting like yes, no, maybe, I don't know. You can't put one foot in and one foot out. You have to stand with 2 feet firmly planted in your decision. Whatever phase of life that you want to enter into now, you have to walk into that new phase of life, very much willing to follow through whatever journey you pick for yourself. So that is number 1, what your loved ones want to tell you. And whatever decision that you choose, it will free you from the mental torture or the mental anguish that you're going through, having to debate these 2 decisions in your mind. So just making a decision is going to help relieve that stress or relieve that anxiety that you may be feeling right now. And it will help lessen this burden with the 10 of Wands. It will help lessen the burden on your shoulders just to go ahead and stop living a life of pretending. For some of y'all, you may be pretending or putting what you want or need to the side or on the back burner. You may be prioritizing your loyalty or your dedication. You may be prioritizing your commitments, but those commitments may no longer fulfill you. Again, this is realigning what it is that you want to truly focus yourself on, because you only have a limited time on earth, right? Like everybody, we all have a limited amount of time. So what do you want to spend your time on? Your precious amount of time. Anything else, loved ones? 3 more cards for Virgo. Anything else, loved ones? All right, you have the Knight of Cups and the 7 of Cups in reverse and the 9 of Wands. Now, because I believe in imagery, I want to see what the Knight of Cups has his eyes on. So let me draw 3 more cards before I interpret. 3 more, loved ones. What is the Knight of Cups looking at? Oh, interesting. Let me move this up more. So the Knight of Cups has his eyes on the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Wands, and the 3 of Swords. You are represented by the Knight of Wands. So what is behind you? What's behind you is pain, conflict, heartbreak, disappointment, sadness. That is behind you. What you're going after is this, the 5 of Pentacles. What you're going after is finding your community, finding what feels like home to you, finding some type of salvation or healing, finding some type of closure or peace. And also what's behind you is this Knight of Cups. So there is someone in your life represented by the Knight of Cups. And they have their attention on where you're going, right? They can't move on and focus on themselves because they're too focused on what you're doing and the pain that they may feel. So you're wanting to leave the pain behind you, and move on to somewhere that feels more happier for you. This person can't move forward. And what would be forward to them? If we were to make this upright, their eyes would then be on the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Wands, which is not giving up on your dreams, and dreams that are realistic, dreams that you can achieve. Again, focusing on their wants and needs, but they can't because they're too busy focused on what you're doing. So by you being indecisive, or by you not telling other people how you feel, it's almost as if you're stringing along this other person or group of people in your life who are waiting for you to say yes or no. Your loved ones on the other side want to tell you, making this decision will help free you, but also it will help free the other people as well. Anything else, loved ones? Let me move that up. 3 more cards for Virgo. Alright, you have the Ace of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands in reverse. So you have an opportunity coming towards you. And the Ace of Cups typically offers you a new beginning, a new connection with someone else, or a new relationship. And this connection or relationship could be a friendship, or it could be a love or romantic partner. It could be just you experiencing new passion, new motivation, new inspiration for life itself. It could be an opportunity for you to discover what you want and what you need. It could be an offer of a new life itself, literally or symbolically for some of y'all. But first, you're going to have to let go of what you feel like you have to hold on to. So there's certain things that you need to let go of. Either it's going to be certain people in your life, or certain ideals or belief systems. Remember, your loved one said that there's certain expectations that you place on yourself that slowly has imprisoned you in a way, or that have limited you in a way. And now it's time to break free from those limitations that you have placed on yourself, and maybe the limitations that others have placed on you as well. And again, you're going to have to make that decision in order to receive this Ace of Cups. Now, I'm going to see what this Ace of Cups could be for you. Let's see, 3 more cards. Okay, you have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Ace of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles. So your loved ones just want to describe this Ace of Cups as a new spark of life, or a new spark of energy that you may be able to feel for changing your life in the way that you want. If you notice the 5 of Pentacles, it's snowing, people are tired, or they're hurting, they're cold, they're not feeling well, they may be lost. With this Ace of Cups, you're going to be able to make it through this period of time. And I think your loved ones want to keep it general, because this new spark of energy could be a relationship, or it could be something you watch, something you listen to, something you read. It could be as small as that. It could be small as a picture that you see. Something will light a fire within you, and you're going to find yourself having that energy to keep going, even if you don't have all the answers just yet. Now, I want to see, what are you focused on that you have your back turned against this opportunity that is trying to come in for you? It could already be trying to come in. For some of y'all, you could have an opportunity right in front of you, and you're not even paying attention. So let me see, what are you focused on? 3 more cards. All right, let me pick them up because of the glare of the lamp. So what are you focused on? You have the 8 of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Tower. Okay, so if we were to look at this symbolically, all right, You may be too focused on this tower burning, this life change that could happen, that could also negatively impact this Queen of Cups, who may be inside the tower and also coming from this side, multiple changes coming their way by surprise. So they're being hit by multiple different changes on this side and on this side. You may be worried about certain people being negatively impacted by what you choose to do. That is what is on your mind, and this is why you don't even see the opportunity that may be in front of you. What does your loved ones have to say about that? Let me move this up. 3 more cards. All right, you have the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords in reverse. So far in this reading, you had the Ace of Swords. Yeah, it was in reverse, but I'll include it. You had the Ace of Swords, you had the Ace of Wands, you had the Ace of Cups, and now you have the Ace of Pentacles. So it's almost like your loved ones are flashing a neon light saying, hey, Virgo, you have an opportunity coming up real soon, or you already have one. All right. And it's very much understandable if you're worried about your loved ones here that will be affected by what you do. Okay. Now, this is beautiful imagery. This Queen of Cups that you're worried about in this burning tower of major life changes that may happen, that may negatively impact them or may hurt them by surprise. Your loved ones are saying, okay, this queen, represented by the Queen of Pentacles, and this could be man or woman. This could be a group of people. It's just whoever you're worried about being negatively impacted by your decisions, your loved ones on the other side, they want to tell you that person, oh yeah, they're going to have an opportunity too that is going to change their life for the better. This Ace of Pentacles is going to allow them to blossom into a different person or to experience a new phase of life for themselves. And let's see what this new phase of life for them would be. 3 more cards, please. So you have the 10 of Cups in reverse, the 5 of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. Okay, for this other person you're worried about, they're going to be able to understand why things had to end or why certain dynamics of a relationship had to change. And they're going to be able to gain some type of acceptance because they understand what needs to happen or what did happen. There will be some type of acceptance, some type of letting go, some type of closure for them. So with your decision, they will be able to experience some type of positive change in their own life. Again, they're going to receive some type of clarity, some type of understanding of what has happened or what will happen, and it will make them feel better, or it will make them receive some type of healing or closure within themselves. Whether they stay in your life or whether they leave your life, whatever, depending on your situation. Now, anything else, loved ones? Let me go ahead and move this up, out the way. Anything else so that I can close the reading? Okay, you have the 6 of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Fool. Again, you're represented by the Knight of Wands. So I see 2 things here. One, your focus is on the Fool, which is just a new phase of life, a new beginning, a new journey. And it's already established that you want to make changes, right? You want something new, you want something different. But your loved ones are saying, hold on, with it being in reverse. They're saying, hold on, you cannot start this new journey if you don't address what is happening here in the 6 of Swords. So in the 6 of Swords, you have a person in a boat and you have someone steering the boat. So they are in power and they are the ones directing where the boat is going to go. So in a way, For some of y'all, your loved ones are saying you can't go off on this new journey by yourself, or you can't go on this journey without making sure the people in this boat are still going to get to their own destination on time, safely. So you cannot abandon or neglect the people in the boat. Whoever these people are for you, or whoever this person is for you, you cannot ignore them, abandon them, or neglect them. You must address them first, and then you can move on to this journey, which looks very much positive. This next phase in life looks very positive. So you will obtain some type of happiness, but as long as you address the people that you are leaving behind. For others, another way of looking at this is the boat is now capsized and you may be drowning. So your loved ones are saying, if you are drowning or feeling overwhelmed, or you're resistant to change, or you're too afraid of making those changes, then you won't be able to experience what is waiting for you. And again, your loved ones gave you the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. Even though it's for other people in your life, you still help create this, or you may be affected by this Ace of Pentacles. And you had the Ace of Swords. So your loved ones are saying new beginning, opportunity left and right for you. So you will have a beautiful new beginning for yourself. But if you feel too scared to make a decision or to accept the changes that need to happen, you won't experience it. And with that said, that is the end of this reading. Until next time, take care.